Live from the sewers, this is Rats of the Roundtable, an aspirational podcast about interesting ideas and other people's personal lives.
Hi, I'm Leah Lamarr.
And I'm Bella Hull.
And welcome to Rats of the Roundtable.
Please do not listen if you are operating heavy machinery, are a blood relative, or an ex-boyfriend.
We are not responsible for hurting your feelings.
Welcome
to Rats of the Roundtable. Oh my god, that table's like so round.
It's like so round. It's so round. Oh my god, that table's like so round. So round.
I'm so ratty today.
You feeling rat-tastic?
100%.
Why so?
Well, I'm here recording this podcast.
All about rats.
All about rats. I just had a ball of sugar.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I'm excited to just get going today.
I had 2 balls of sugar. They were sour.
I know. I was so jealous.
How have you been doing recently? What's going on with you? What's up?
Well, if I'm honest, Bella, life is good.
Okay, that's good.
There's a lot of family time that's been happening, which is really triggering for me.
Between you and whose family?
My husband's family.
Okay.
I know. It's so crazy. So he has like a huge family that loves him. And they all hang out together all the time. So this weekend I went to a 1-year-old's birthday party and then the next day an engagement party.
I always think that about 1-year-olds' birthday parties. I'm like, it can't be good for them. Like, it can only ever bring them anxiety, no?
I think the 1-year-old's birthday party was bigger than any party I've ever had for myself. Is it jealousy that I'm feeling?
Was everyone going around going like this?
No, but I don't know what that was, to be fair. There was just so many. There were so many gifts.
Okay.
There was a huge video.
What were the gifts?
Well, to be fair, did I stick around to see them all? My jealousy was pouring out of my pores. Like, I had to leave. I had to step outside. I was like, wow, this baby's getting so much attention.
How do I make it about me?
How do I make this about me, number one? Number two, she won't even remember this.
Yeah, she doesn't even deserve it.
But I think...
Do you think that we shouldn't be granted things that we can't remember?
Yes. I don't think I remember the original question.
Okay.
I dissociated completely.
What I'm trying to ask, and also my brain's really struggling to remember the question as well, but I'm going to give it my darndest go.
Okay.
Do you think that if you knew that your child would not remember something fully, spending money on them is a good thing?
I had a lot of hand-me-downs as a kid.
Yeah.
And I turned out okay. I mean, I am a comedian.
And we're live from the
Actually,
sewers.
never mind. Buy your kids stuff.
Yeah, buy your kids stuff.
Hug
My
them.
mum bought me lots of stuff.
Pamper them.
Yeah, I always felt very loved because I was granted material possessions.
Yeah, I think that is
It
what love
worked
is.
on me. It did work. You can buy people's love.
Okay, so now I'm understanding what love is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Buying people's stuff. So you've been
No,
spending a lot of
I
time
got
with their
stuff as a
family.
kid too.
Uh-huh.
I got things. I felt loved in the
good.
way that I could. But I think I was very triggered this weekend just by
the 1-year-old party.
seeing this whole party
Yeah.
and being like, wow, there's so much food, so many people. Everyone's obsessed with this baby. And I was like, how do I get this level of obsession with me?
Yes.
And then when people started talking to me, I was like, go away. So
So you actually didn't want their love, but you did?
isn't that so weird?
Yeah, but I get it.
I wanted their love from
understand.
afar.
Yeah, I understand that.
So when we were at the engagement party the next
idea
day,
of it swamped by affection.
yeah, I was just watching this baby again, just really getting a lot of attention. And then when
Was the baby enjoying it?
oh yeah, she's getting
What a
passed
slut.
around. Oof, she got to just lay in a carriage, and everyone stood around her giving her attention. And I was
carriage.
like a stroller.
Oh right, okay. I thought you were talking about like something that the Pope goes in,
Honestly, that's what it felt like.
like in
She feels like the Pope to me.
Cinderella when she gets into a carriage to go to the ball.
Yeah, I take back. She's not in a stroller. She's in a fucking carriage.
She was in a carriage and everyone was like showering
Praising
her.
The goddess.
What does she
the
even
queen.
do? She's one.
I don't know, but now I want an adult-sized stroller that I just lay down in and people just
carriage.
come and hang out around me. And then when I'm done, I just go, I want to take a nap now. Bye. And then they just leave.
And that's what happened. She wanted to take a nap and then everyone left.
And then, yeah. And what about
That's
you?
fair. What about me? I've been sending a lot of emails to people this week that kind of like, okay, I don't know if this is maybe I'll get told off for even talking about this, but whatever. I have to get this fucking visa to go to Australia to do some work in Australia next month.
Okay.
Every question I ask to these people that whose job it is to help me get this visa, they answer back with the most non-answer. For example, I was like, what's the employment number that for me that I put into this application for my visa that is essential for me working. They were like, the employment number is cruise.
And you're like, that's
not a number.
You're like, is this a fucking puzzle?
Yeah.
Like, does C
It was
equal
just
4?
bizarre.
Does
And then
R
I was
equal
like,
8?
what's the itinerary for the trip that I need to put in?
And they were
Again.
like, banana.
They were like, they just literally sent a list of all of the cruises in Australia that are leaving that day as my itinerary. And I was like, I'm not going to be in every single one.
Wait, to be clear, you are paying these people to help you?
No, they're paying me.
Oh.
They're like employers of this
They're
company.
just testing you now just to see if you'll
Well,
put
I've
up with their
submitted the fucking
bullshit.
thing, so it probably won't get approved. I don't know. I also had to like, I just hate this part when they ask you to like basically prove that you're real and have a bank account and exist and do tax and like.
What is a bank account?
It makes me feel really intruded.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even know that I had those things. It feels hard to claim that I'm a person by doing that. Do you know what I mean?
I know. You're like, I just kind of want to live off the grid. Why are you asking me to be on it?
Yeah. And why is some official guy with huge traps, I presume, going to look over these things and judge whether or not I'm valid to be in his country?
Okay, I'm really glad you brought up the traps because I have realized I have a new, I wouldn't call it a fetish. I wouldn't.
Traps?
No, I wouldn't call this a fetish, but I realized that I have a thing for fuckboy calves. This is what I'm calling them.
Huge calves.
It's like the most muscular calf.
Wedge.
But then there's the sock. It has to be with the sock.
A high, thick, ribbed sock.
Yeah, and it's got to go right below the calf so I can see
I know
the
exactly
fuckboy
what you
calf.
mean.
And I'm like,
And almost
Daddy,
accentuate it.
take me.
You like it.
Love it.
Even with a high pulled up sock. Pulled up like they're in primary school.
Dada.
You like it. My God.
Obsessed. I know. So it's not traps for me, but it is the fuckboy calves.
I hate traps. I don't think
What about a rat trap?
But yeah,
I know you guys don't have
It's not a
them
rat
here.
trap for me.
I know. Oh, it's a rat trap for me, baby.
Do you remember that girl on The Bachelor that was like one out of the 35 girls or whatever that they had on the initial one? And she like got cut out on week 1. And I know it's because she had fucking massive traps.
Okay, this feels personal. Do you have really big traps?
No, but I do have like back fat, I think.
Oh, God.
Do you ever sometimes like sort of put on a look? For me, it's like yesterday I went out with my boyfriend for his birthday. I had a like nice chic top on with poofy sleeves. I did my hair. My hair was greasy and disgusting, so I put it in a slick back bun. Caught myself in the reflection and I was like, why is my back a ski slope?
Oh, when you put on a bra and then suddenly you see a back fat roll and you're like, how did this happen to me?
Yeah, and you're disgusted with your little self.
Yeah. Oof. The back fat roll really hurts my feelings.
Yeah, and it was like 2 minutes before the Uber arrived and I was like, okay, well now I have to deal with crippling thoughts about my back fat in the Uber on my boyfriend's birthday. And I kept on bringing up like annoying stuff about my work and he kept on giving me looks like, it's my fucking birthday, so shut the fuck up and stop complaining.
Wow.
He didn't say that to me outright, but he did.
But he looked at your back fat.
He looked at my mouth about to tell him about my back fat and was like,
Don't.
Oh,
but it's like, how do I make your birthday about me? Which,
Yeah.
again, is exactly how I felt
Yeah.
this weekend, too.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah. So my jealousy about a baby is your back fat.
As in they're kind of the same thing. They boil down to the same thing.
Yeah, how do I make this about me? On your
You
birthday.
can get trapezius dissolving injections.
I've literally just looked into this. A friend was
Really?
she was gonna get Botox injected into your traps. The only thing I've heard is that there isn't enough research yet on it. So what it could do potentially,
It's make them huge.
oh no, but what it could do is that because your traps get weak, you use the wrong muscles and you could actually injure your neck.
Right, like how blind people get really good at hearing.
Yeah, except it's the opposite of a superpower.
Maybe you just get really big boobs.
Let's get trap talks tomorrow.
If your traps go away and then so your body like has to compromise
Yeah, you have to
with
compromise.
another thing. No, not compromise. What's the word?
Recalibrate?
Compensate. Thank you, producer.
Thank you, Stu.
And that is maybe a mannish word that we can.
Compensation. Definitely a mannish word.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, Stu, are you a lawyer? But your last name is Laws. So.
Yeah, I will do law advice for free.
you need any law advice?
Well, Bella does with Australian visas.
So if my visa is just like the whole application, everything attached is just like a non-document or like a screenshot of an email, will I be allowed to go to Australia? I think McDonald's is probably one of the best things you can do for your body.
I think
For your soul.
For your spiritually, yes. Physically, no.
Do you want to know what I've been eating every day?
Do you think McDonald's sets you free?
Yeah, I think it does.
Because you knowingly, you're just like, I'm going to do this bad thing and I don't care.
I think anything you tell yourself is not allowed, you will then dream about it every day until you allow yourself to binge on it in a really unhealthy, unhelpful way.
Yeah, my mom didn't let me have sugary cereals, and I'm literally tripping over my words thinking about the fact that we just ate so much sugar.
And how are you going to get some more?
Yeah, I'm like a crack fiend now. I'm a rat fiend.
You're a crack.
I'm a crack.
You're a cracker.
What were you saying? You were just doing something?
Every day I've been eating chicken broth.
Eating again?
Every day I've been eating chicken broth.
Okay.
Which I've had is Jewish penicillin.
Mm-hmm.
And in the chicken broth, because sometimes it's a bit too watery and it doesn't like have as much.
Are you making it?
Oh no, I'm buying it in big plastic tubs from Sainsbury's.
Okay, good.
But I looked and there's no HPF ingredients in them.
Okay.
It's literally just carrot, chicken, water, stock, kale. But it's delicious somehow as well.
Kale?
Yeah, but the kale is like
wilted
wilted to this dark leafy colour, and it's always a dark leafy colour, but it's particularly dark and leafy. Delicious. And then in that I put I microwave 2 portions of mashed potatoes, stir it into my broth. And so it creates this like thick, saucy goo liquid bowl, this big wet meal.
Do you think Army Hammer would try to fuck it? Also, I have to be honest.
I think he would eat it in a way that was sexual.
This sounds disgusting.
I know, and that's why I'm sharing it, because I think
it's a real rat moment.
To share things that bring shame upon you releases some of that shame somehow.
Okay, wait, so it gets all mushy, and then how do you eat it with a spoon? Or
with a spoon. You add some salt and you just eat it with a spoon while you look through things to watch, which actually I haven't found anything to watch recently. There's been nothing that has like gripped me by my soul.
Nothing sounds more depressing than someone eating hot goop and not finding something on Netflix.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Unsuccessfully couch surfing while eating hot goop.
Yeah,
you basically made yourself porridge.
Yeah, I did savoury porridge, which actually they eat in certain countries.
Okay, calm down, Oliver Twist. I'm infuriated by this. I feel like kale. I think I'm disturbed about the kale. That doesn't belong in chicken soup.
It's not that much kale. I would say in the whole portion, there's like probably the equivalent of your hand size amount of kale.
Kale belongs in Gwyneth Paltrow salads. It doesn't belong.
You don't like kale? What about when in the oven crispy?
It's like a right time, right place situation. Kale gives me tummy aches.
Kale gives you tummy aches?
I'm the worst white woman of all time.
What kind of... Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
I know. It's weird. It actually happens to quite a few of us.
What kind of form?
The kale community.
What kind of form of kale do you eat that gives you a tummy ache?
I think it's just like any form. I used to do a lot of green juices.
And they all gave you tummy aches?
Bad tum-tums.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
I know. Isn't that so pathetic?
Do you have like hot water bottles in America?
For babies.
You don't have them for girly girls?
Hot water bottles for girly girls?
I have one every day. It's
Would I just consider that coffee or?
No.
What's a hot water bottle?
It's a rubber sack.
No.
That you have it sometimes has a fluffy cover, like a sheath.
No.
And a twisty top. And in it you pour boiling water and then you put the top back on and then you hug that fluffy hot water bottle and it is like a hot hug. And you can get really long ones that are like a snake, that are like a meter long.
No.
And have a furry coat.
You're fucking with me.
And yeah, no, of course. And then you put them along your body. So say, I get period pain. Sometimes it runs up my back, down my legs. And so it just soothes that whole situation. So you're saying that you don't have boiling...
You're absolutely fucking with me.
You're saying that you don't have rubber sausages filled with boiling water in your country?
No, because if we did have them, I'd have one.
Oh, sorry, I'm slouching. I just got told on how to sit by a man.
And you did take it.
And I obeyed.
Yeah. And that was our producer, Stu.
And that was our producer,
Coming in hot. He's the only man that we take advice or information from.
On our body
We don't
positioning.
trust other men. No. Wow, I'm
Wait, so
troubled.
you don't have hot water bottles in America?
You have to stop saying this.
You can get. I have mini ones that I take with me on long train journeys.
You have
genuinely.
like hot dogs.
How do you deal with that when you're in pain?
Americans just suffer.
You don't
Or
have
big pharma. It's usually that. That's the answer.
You don't have like a hot water bottle? Are you sure you don't have it? But
we
it
have
has
heating pads.
Yeah, that's not the same as like your mummy making you a hot water bottle.
Are you sure this isn't just like a childhood thing you were supposed to grow out of that you didn't?
No, this is for sure. They're marketed to people like me now, women.
I'm kind of upset that I've never been marketed to about this.
I bought my friend 2 mini ones. I'll buy you some mini ones. And then you can just tuck them into your jeans and take them to like an office.
That sounds so okay.
What?
Okay, it sounds crazy because also you've described it as being like 8 different sizes. You're like, it's so small, you can put it in your pocket, or like it's so big, it's your entire body length. Or I could bring it on a train, or you could bring it to work.
They have different shapes, but the classic one is about as big as an A4 piece of paper.
You're not fucking with me.
No, Stu, am I lying? Leah's never heard of a hot water bottle before.
Oh, sorry, you're talking about hot water bottles. Yeah.
They're real.
No.
I've got a really long one.
He's got a really long snake one.
You guys are fucking with me.
No.
This is a real thing.
And sometimes,
That's
the
so
comedian
nice.
Anya Magliano had a terrible accident when she
Yeah,
was with
they're
one.
dangerous.
It burst and it burnt her legs.
Yeah.
I think that my ideal life is to be a tiny mouse hidden as
Not
a
a
little
rat.
girl's secret inside her wardrobe, like under so many duvets.
And she comes and brings you little bits from
and
dinner.
it's like me and her, we're friends, and
That's kind of fun.
then she just closes the door on me.
And then you're in the darkness by yourself.
Yeah, but I'm cozy beyond belief.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. I think my dream is just being cozy as a person.
You don't have to be a mouse.
Yeah, isn't it crazy? Like no one's shutting me in a cupboard or like has to steal food to bring up to me. I'm not like a dirty little secret
Right,
that other
yeah,
people would
yeah,
like
yeah.
run and hide or try to kill immediately. But actually, well,
Uh-huh.
yeah, I feel like I'd rather just be like a
Cozy
really
person.
rich, person that just slept in a nice bed, and maybe someone even brought me food willingly because I asked for it.
I think another thing also is that Brits are afraid of heating our homes.
Why don't you have air conditioning or heating?
Well, air conditioning we only need for about 3 days in the year.
This is a lie. I have been here during the summer and it's excruciating.
But I think we tell ourselves that lie.
And then it's excruciating
Yeah, I'm
during
on
the
Leah's
winter.
side. It's so hot in this country now.
It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Climate change. Hello.
Yeah, this country has changed, and it does make me sad because what I really valued about this country is its extreme seasons.
Chill. It's cold weather.
Yeah.
The winter here is so bad. Brutal.
Really, I actually kind of love it. It's terrible for comedy because you just have to leave in the darkness, come back in the darkness, and that's your whole working day is in pitch black.
Right. And it's you walk out the door and it's so cold it feels like someone's slapping you in the face. And they're like, now
Yeah.
go be funny and tell jokes. And you're like, but I'm blue and I'm shivering and my fingers won't move because they're frozen in this position.
Yeah, on the mic. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, that's really tough.
I don't love it. That's New York though too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but there's a little more of like a fuck you that also happens on top
That
of
happens
it.
that people say that to you on the street?
Yeah, just why not?
There's more of a fuck you energy aura in the air always.
There's a physical and spiritual fuck you.
Do you think New York is a more fighty place than
Yeah,
London?
I would say I was in fight or flight for the entire time I lived in New York.
How long did you live in New York for again?
I was born and raised there.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So like I don't think that I've come out of fight or flight. When I went to LA, I feel a little less in fight or flight because the weather is just the same temperature all the time. Although there is a winter and people forget about this because you get weak. You become a little weak bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And suddenly if the heat drops below 70 degrees, I'm like shriveled up next to a space
What
heater.
is that in Celsius?
I think it's like 25.
If it drops below 25, what happens to you?
Shivering.
I
It's
think
chilled
above
to the
25,
bone.
I would be too overwhelmed.
Chilled to the bone. But I think you just get used to a different lifestyle and different temperature that if it gets even a little chilly, you're like, oh my God. You feel victimized
Oh my
by the weather.
God.
Oh my God.
I would find it really hard to live in LA because I find it hard to go out into the world with my arms out.
It's hard waking up there and having no reason to be depressed.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh, it's just because of my pathetic brain.
Yeah, it's just because of the chemistry.
You know,
in
you
there.
can't blame the weather. You can't blame the people. It's because like you're alone and everything's so nice that you could just go choose to have a good day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever met anyone in LA who has a job. Like, you know how in Barbie, Ken's like, my job is beach?
That's what happens.
Los Angeles.
So what are you saying about the people there, that they all have inherited wealth?
I don't know. I have no idea how anyone gets by, really.
They just do.
But
it's because people don't complain about work.
Yeah. Ooh, oh, you mean they don't complain about having a shitty job?
And so you think, they must not have a job. Because if
Right,
they did, they would be complaining about it incessantly.
Yeah, and then they're like, and here's my headshot and resume.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
Are you a casting director? You're not? It was so nice talking to you. Just going to keep it moving. Can I hear your American accent?
Can I hear your American? Wait. Say a sentence and I'll try and do an impersonation of you.
What do you want me to say?
What do you want me to say?
It's like close.
It's like close.
I hate that you're just doing it word by word versus like a full sentence.
Give me a full sentence then.
Bradley Cooper is probably dating a man and a woman.
Bradley Cooper is probably dating a man and a woman.
Pretty good.
Think that was okay?
Yeah.
Bradley Cooper is probably dating a man and a woman.
That was bristly.
That was Clint
That's
Eastwood.
quite- Get off my lawn.
Yeah, that was really gravelly.
You
that
became
was
like a 90-year-old man, kinda almost in the South, but not.
You know what's wrong with this country?
Okay, he voted for Trump.
There ain't enough walls around this country,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, keep going.
The biggest rat-like behavior I have is that I constantly putting food in Tupperware. Is that quite an old person thing to do?
No. Tupperware is a sign of maturity.
I would say so. I think it's universal.
Do they have Tupperware in the States?
They do. I think it's for moms.
Yeah.
Who just like know how to make food and then
Pack it
make
for their
extra.
kids?
Yeah, so you can.
Yeah, for
have
me,
it for
there's
the next
nothing
day.
in my fridge right now in Tupperware, but that is because I've not really been there because I've been like away, back. So there's nothing. I think if I had an office job or a normal job, I would.
think if I had an
meal
office
prep.
job or normal job.
Yes.
That was bad.
Let me do an English one. If I had a proper job, that's good, isn't it?
Yeah, that was good. That was really good.
I think if I had a proper job.
The thing that Americans do when they do British accents,
The intonation.
They curl
the
their
Oliver
hair.
Twist thing.
They twist their hair.
They twist their hair.
Lisa, I want some more.
Also, I met an American comic at Angel Comedy the other day. We were both opening for Rob Delaney, and he was like, "Can you hear my English accent? Can I do it for you? Because I actually think that it's like really good." And then he proceeded to like say a sentence that was 8 different English accents, like rolled into one. He was like, "So like I went up the bath, and did you know that I actually like beans?" Like it was bizarre, and it was 8 different regions because British people are actually very passionate about each place that they're from. So like
Same in America.
yeah, I guess so, and like the accents that comes with, and they're proud of the specific thing. Like in the north of England in particular, you only have to travel like 30 miles between places to get totally different accents.
I'm proud to be an American.
Are you proud to
Where
be?
at least I know I'm free. What? Please mind the gap.
That was good.
Thank
that
you.
was good.
Yeah.
But it is a bit like this. Like I don't actually think that. No, see, that was too real. That was too.
That felt a little cockney to me.
Yeah, that's a little bit like The Only Way Is Essex.
My husband hates when I do it. He's like, he thinks I think that's what he sounds like.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not imitating you. I'm imitating what I hear, which is him. So I guess he's right.
Yeah, he is right.
What an idiot. Yeah.
Yeah. The girl math on that one is adding up.
Okay, so just do us a little intro now.
Toxic confessions, scumbag confessions, toxic confessions, scumbag confessions.
Scumbag.
This is actually from a-
Scumbag conversions.
Scumbag confessions. That was beautiful.
Wow. Did you even know that we had that in us?
Toxic. This is actually from
Toxic confessions.
I've had a confession from somebody who has
Bella,
one of the
just-
biggest podcasts in
Not
the UK.
yet.
When I was a bartender, I used to regularly add several pounds to big rounds and take them as tips. You know what? I think if you're fucking struggling and you're on the gig economy, that's a victimless crime. If they're going to pay anyway, when you're drunk, you don't really care how much you're paying. Would you say?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I got one in that is so brutal. This toxic confession. Toxic confession. Shh. Don't tell anyone. Okay.
That was good.
Thank you. This one says, I broke up with a girl while I was inside her.
What? What?
I'm screenshotting and
my-
keeping forever in the book of toxicity. Should I message him and be like, we have follow-up questions?
Yes.
Would you use a condom? Did you raw dog it? Did you come at her anyway? Did you come on her body? This seems like the kind of person I just never want to speak to again. No offense. You're just that's a reckless cum situation.
That's a reckless cum situation.
Ugh. Okay. Another toxic confession I got was I became very close friends with my friend's daughter.
Is that it?
Don't tell me that.
I became very, as in I fucked her?
I don't know. Do I need to report this person?
That's so sinister.
First of all, it's sinister.
Especially you asked, what is the worst thing you've ever done?
He knows that and he put it ...
Oh, that means they fucked.
So there's an assumption there, right?
Was that at Hillary Clinton?
Laugh my ass off.
Is there a segment potentially to be had which is what's the rattiest or most toxic thing you've done during sex?
Yes. What's the rattiest thing you've done during sex? That's
Yeah.
great. What is the rattiest thing you've done during sex? I once was broken up with by a boy who said whenever he was with me, he felt hollow inside. And then I said, no, don't go. And then I had sex with him twice after he said that to me.
All right, I've got another one here. Convinced my sister that urine was French wine. Fine French wine.
All of these things are context dependent for me to decide whether or not I think that they are moral, because I actually have quite a big vengeance. I'm quite pro revenge.
Oh, I thought you were going to say pro urine. Okay, go on.
I think that I am, depending on what the person has done, I think revenge is a great cathartic thing to do. I've never seen you drink water though.
I hate water.
I love it.
You have to convince me to drink it. So it's like,
and you drink so much coffee as well.
I know. I'm like, why am I so dehydrated? I do everything to be dehydrated. Why am I like this? It's like, I'm not, I do everything but accept the blame for my own problems that I've created for myself. Yeah. Like slouching, etc.
Yeah.
While I'm on the toilet reeking
And slouching.
disgusting piss. Yeah. And slouching.
Pissing disgusting smelly piss while slouching.
It honestly probably has the consistency of your soup. It's just, it's so gross.
What color is it? A deep orange?
Yeah, it's not good. It looks like it needs help.
Oh God.
I know. I don't like
really,
water.
Really strong smelling urine makes me feel nauseous to the extent that am I pregnant? Because I feel so nauseous right now.
I know a guy who never drinks a sip of water. Like, I've never seen him drink even one sip of water, and he's the fittest person I know.
I have a friend that thinks water is a myth.
Well,
That that we're told we have to drink so much a day, and actually we don't, and actually we're fine.
water, the conspiracy theory. I'm here for it.
But actually, there have been times in my life. So I did in lockdown.
Yeah.
I tried to do 75 hard.
Oh, how did it go?
I lasted 14 days,
Pretty
then
good.
did it again, lasted 4 days. Then I was just like, fuck this shit. I'm going to indoctrinate myself with body positivity again as a last resort.
Yeah. That's 4 day hard.
And yeah, and I drank a gallon of water a day was one of the rules. And so many people, I felt incredible, but I don't know whether that was just placebo being like, I'm smug.
Yeah, look at me doing 75 hard. I'm so
I
much
felt
better than everyone.
really sharp. I felt really energetic.
Wow.
And multiple people complimented me on the whites of my eyes because I had no blood vessels in my eyes anymore. They were all just pure
They were drowned out by water?
porcelain. They were just porcelain white.
What if you were drowning yourself?
Maybe. But
I would
isn't that
love
kind
to
of,
drink more water.
kind of a tragic femme heroine thing to do.
Yeah. I think I need to eat a piece of sugar, have a bar of dark chocolate in order to drink as much water as possible after.
But doesn't that make you? Oh, right, okay, because it makes you be like, ugh.
Because I need something. The other thing too is that I pee a lot. So if I drink a lot of water, I pee so much.
But you only do for the first few days, and then your body is like, oh, if this bitch is peeing all the time, we're just going to hold the piss for longer. So you do fewer, longer pisses.
Rat piss.
This is rat piss.
And
yeah.
on that note, I think it's time to wrap up this episode.
Yeah, it's
To
time to
wrap up this episode.
This was so fun.
I'm starving.
I'm starving. I'm going to go home and eat my mash and broth now.
Never send me a photo of it. Our friendship will be a go.
I'm going to add some vegetables to it too. And some salt. You know what I added to my mash the other day?
Now you're just adding a knife. Go on.
A cheese string all stringed up.
Did you want me to puke?
And
was that
like
the goal?
pull on the cheese string on top of the mash is amazing. But I was FaceTiming my brother at the time and he was like, that's dark. What you've just done is dark.
That's girl dinner to an extreme that no one has gone. You've gone where no woman has gone before.
It's a good one though. It's a hack if you want cheesy mash.
Okay, I've been Leah Lamarr.
I've been Bella Hull.
That's been Rats of the Roundtable. Bye!
Rats of the Roundtable is a Turtle Canyon comedy production produced by me, Stuart Laws. Please rate, review, subscribe, share the podcast so that more people can listen to it. Thank you very much for supporting.